Alright, I thought I would show and just take record of all of my current, or at least all of my current unpaired show type females. So this lady has had a litter for me before. She's quite large. Here, I'll hold her so you can see how big she is. So her body is comfortably longer than my fingers. And overall, she is definitely longer than my hand when her tail is included. Not the best rump, but pretty good tail length, I'd say. Her eyes are all bright and curious. Her ears are not the best set or size, but they're not terrible. She's obviously show type. We can say that much. Not good show type, but show type. And then we've got this lady. She's very cute. She's a Blue Point Siamese. She's a bit younger. Most of the females I'm going to show after that one lady are between 5 and 8 weeks right now. Around 6 weeks, I'd say. But you can see she's got a nice shaped head, I think. Ear set is slightly better than the other lady I just showed, but, like, I don't know. They're still not the best ears in the universe. She's quite calm. Pretty chill. Pretty decent size for her age. They usually get larger with time. Yeah, isn't that true? Yes, it is. It's true. She's very pretty, though. Nice, soft, subtle expression. Very clean coat, too. And then we've got her sister. Oh my goodness. Who is slightly less social, I'd say. But, oh, and she also is, of course, a splash in comparison, which isn't my main goal, but it's fine. Decent ears. Honestly, she probably has the better tail set of the two. She's also doing pretty solid. Then this lady's kind of weird. She's very hyper. That's the one thing about her. She's not necessarily, like, super anxious, but she's hyper as heck. And so it can be hard to get her being still. But she's got very bright eyes. She's a bit smaller in size and a bit less typey. A bit more pet type is mixed in there, but her ears are actually quite nice in proportion to her head. And she's very pretty. Like, the color and her overall coat quality is very nice. And, I mean, she's quite healthy, as we can see by how athletic she is. Then we've got this lady. She's a bit more sweet. Not very, like, she's not actively social where she'll try to approach me, but she's not aggressive or anything. She's also a lot less hyper. You can see that she's a bit more anxious with handling in the way that she's kind of urgently looking for a way to get down. Decent tail set. Her coat's a little bit less smooth, and that's because she's got some Angora mixed in there, I'm pretty sure. She's showing the characteristics of my Chaos Recessive Yellow line mixed with show. I can see both in here, and they had that more Angora type coat, so I'm seeing that coming through for sure. And then we've got this lady, Siamese. She actually has pretty good color. I wouldn't say it's anything extraordinary by any means, but it's not bad. Not the best tail set, or at least the rump isn't the best. The tail's a nice thickness, though. And it's a decent length for her body size. Her head is, like, I'd say a lot wider than all of the others. Decent muzzle. But, yeah. She's cute, though. And chill. Yeah, you're chill. Alright, and then we've got a color point beige again. A younger one than that adult that I showed earlier. She's actually also a fox. So she's got a fox belly, then color point beige. After the rest, very nice bright eyes. And I'd say about the same as all the others, where it's like, decent size, decent type, okay everything, not the best tail set, okay ear set, not the best, but not terrible. She's obviously show type, but not a good show type. I think that's where my line is right now. My show line, where they're like, yeah, that's a show type mouse. It's not the fanciest or the coolest in the universe, but it's got all the characteristics of a show type mouse. What I've been focusing on is just that health and temperament, getting them stable first, while still, like, at least maintaining the basic show type characteristics. And I think I've succeeded in that. Like, these guys are all looking pretty dang healthy, pretty dang nice. As you can see, they're pretty social too. There are still a few bugs to smooth out as far as temperament goes and health too. But I'd say that the consistency of the health and temperament is definitely improving. I am getting good, healthy friendly mice much more often in my litters, and I have a lot more females to pick from than I did before. So I think we are on the road to awesomeness with this line. I think that my efforts to outcross and mix in some good traits was successful, because for anybody who I've chatted with about my show line, you'll know the lines I started with weren't exactly the healthiest in the universe. They were very inbred, and inbreeding isn't necessarily bad, but the problem comes when you inbreed without consideration, because any traits that you breed a lot of, if you breed a mouse with a trait, you will see that trait again. So if somebody was inbreeding and they bred mice with health issues or poor temperament, it kind of gets cemented into the lines. So I've made an effort in my outcrosses to mix in a lot of really good genes, and now it's just about, whenever I do inbreeds, making sure that I'm very, very, very deliberate about selecting away from problematic behaviors and characteristics, so that only the good stuff gets cemented and all the bad stuff actually gets bred away from and bred out, ideally. So yeah, I just thought I'd show these guys because they're pretty fancy. And maybe real quick I'll also show the show type male. This lady's so fun. Just so you can see what the boy looks like. Alright, so this boy is going to be my new show type buck. I do actually technically have one other, but I'll probably be retiring him. The other one was the father of a lot of the other ones. So this boy hasn't actually been bred yet, but I'm really liking him. So he's got pretty decent ear set, I'd say. Great size. His size is awesome, especially for his age. He's only about 6 weeks right now, and he's already huge. Already over 50 grams. Bright eyes. Good coat, nice and smooth. He's a blue point Siamese. Good expression. He's pretty chill, too. Not the perfect temperament. I'd say that I'd like a little bit more, like, active social behavior. He's okay with socializing, and he's not panicked or anything, but he doesn't like it a lot. And I generally prefer mice that actively enjoy socialization, so. But he's adorable. Not the best rump in the universe, but an okay tail. Okay ears. And everything else, like his health though. His health is solid, which is awesome. I'm finally getting solid health consistently. I love that. And then I just thought I'd let you peek at this lady. She is also in my show line. She's a blue point Siamese Splash. And she just had some babies. Yes, she did. I don't know if you can see them. Probably not. But this lady's really cute. I bred her once before. She's actually the mother of the boy I just showed you. And she did quite well raising him and his siblings. So I am happy to be breeding her again. Because in the past, when I've had show type females and I've tried breeding them, I've only been able to get one litter out of them comfortably. There you can see her pups down there. Either because they had like a hard time with milk, or they were just like their personalities weren't great, or there are other characteristics about them I didn't like. But everything about her is great. So anyways, that's just a look at where my show line is currently, at least my light colored show line. I also technically have an agouti show line, but that one's still it's still even less put together than this one is. A lot less consistent. So it's going to take me another probably like 6 to 8 months to get that line in any sort of consistent place. But we'll see how that goes. But these guys, my lighter show-colored mice, they're finally, after a little over a year of breeding, starting to look a bit more like what I want them to look like.